Alrighty. I think we're live, Brandon. I don't hear anything from you, Brandon. I know, but I can hear you. I keep my earpiece on, but did you select your audio? So it's how is it I can't hear anything Brandon say? I just did an audio check and the test speakers work fine. Nothing. What do you mean all you see is purple? You should be able to see the stream. Hmm. Folks. Folks, we're doing a test right now, so I don't even have multi chat on this, so I'm thinking I might cancel this. I don't know. Let me see what the chat comes through. I right now I can't hear Brandon. I need to hear if anyone else can. So yeah, I see now. I found chat. I found out how to see the chat. So that's good. Why can't I hear? Oh, you know what it might be, Brandon. One second. I might have. Uh, Go ahead and speak it. Let me see. Nope. Brandon's not hearing nothing. Told you you're not coming through, Brandon. I gotta say, on your audio, on the bottom left, there should be like a little microphone, and there's like a little gray arrow. Can you click on that and make sure you're selecting the right microphone, Brandon? No, nothing yet. Yeah, I know his screen is gonna be black. He's not doing video, but hey, try that. Hey, everybody, it's we got 8 people here. We're all watching Brandon try to see. The problem is, folks, is Brandon's using his iPad, and I hate fucking tablets. Like I just hate them. I just wish people just had computers you could log in like normal, but we can't do that anymore. We live in the future where nothing works. So yeah, welcome to the end shitification of the internet, everybody. Right? So just sit back. I should be working, but now I'm working on just maybe if Brandon can log in and talk. So no, you're in my you're in my you're on my phone, but I've never heard anything on the computer side. So I'll let you know when you're on the computer, Brandon. See, guys, I keep right now. I got my earpiece on, so I got Brandon on the phone, so I can hear him. You're watching me work on the Popeye cover, by the way, folks. This is me drawing Bluto with cable-like armor and spinach. He has a spinach gun with spinach cans. This is a variant cover that will be released September 18th from Massive Publishing for the book I Like Popeye. I think issue two variant. I suspect extremely low quantities for that book because they don't promote my work at all. I don't think they're going to promote it much. And they pay well. They're a good company. They pay well and fast. I like them. But I think if you ever want to get one of these, folks, I suggest you pre-order as soon as humanly possible. Otherwise, I think those things are going to end up going 30 to $50 online once people realize it's a cable-like thing. Just let you know. You know. All right, Brandon, you have the link. You want to log in? Give it a shot again. You try it. Did you reboot your iPad? You're on your phone. Okay. No, I still can't even hear you. Let me. I'm gonna click show on stream, and when I do it, tell me if the video that you see goes away. Okay? Okay. No. Yeah, it's showing you on the stream, not me. So if I hide on stream, listen, you still we have no. Maybe Brandon, if you're using your phone, it's not picking up the microphone because you're talking to me. So go ahead and just hang up the phone now on me and see if I can hear you on the stream. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and hang up on you, and I'll call you back if I don't get nothing. See, folks, like anything else with Brandon, it's always going to be an uphill battle. You know, Brandon, anything? See, still can't hear enough. Folks. Hey, Brandon, I almost heard something. Brandon. Oh, folks. This is why we do it late at night, you know? I did hear a click. Something clicked. Anything? Nothing? Brandon? Nothing. I'm going to have Brandon leave and come back in again and see if it resets his microphone. Let me try that. Oh, I think he already figured that one out. Oh, everybody. I know. Fun stream, huh? Don't worry. I'll probably just reboot all this, or I don't know. You know, folks, this is the problem. You know, this is the problem. You try to do right, you know, and you just can't. You just can't do right. All right, Brandon's back in the queue.
Now, how about now?
Yeah, now I can hear you. See, Brandon, I thought you were logging in through your iPad.
No, through my phone. My iPad is my work iPad, so I don't have any Instagram or any of that stuff synced with it because I'm afraid of anything personal being on my work iPad.
All right.
So,
Well, I need people to tell me how the levels sound with Brandon. If he's too loud or not loud enough.
yeah, so this is my normal talking voice, but I could definitely talk quieter if everybody would like. Or I can talk louder. Kyle, do you like this, Kyle? Or do you like
I
this, Kyle?
I gave Brandon an image to use for his black box, but he can't seem to
I don't
apply.
know. I don't know how.
I'll tell you this: when you let down, when you put down pens, it sounds like you're slamming shit. Like I'm just telling you right now, that's not gonna work.
I'll be very quiet and careful.
Whatever you're doing, that it's like slam. It sounds like you're slamming stuff down.
I'm not
the
even
table.
moving. I'm not even moving.
Not right now, but you were before.
Oh,
What were you doing?
I set something down.
Yeah. Let me try echo cancellation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, has that affected my audio at all? Echo cancellation? Maybe it helps Brandon.
I'm afraid to move. I'm afraid to do anything. I'm like, I don't want the dogs to make a noise.
Right.
I'm house sitting at my mom's house, everybody, not at my normal other situation.
Yeah.
You know. Well,
Looks like the final order cutoff for this issue is a couple days. So no more final order. All right, so you can't pre-order the thing anymore. So whoever didn't pre-order the issue, your host. So sorry. All righty. Well, right now this is the best I can do. I told you I don't know what we're gonna do moving forward with
yeah.
like Restream, or I'm using Streamlabs right now.
Right.
Um, kind of prepaid for it for a year, so I'm considering canceling it. But then I'm like, the only way I can have Brandon on is through like Discord, and like I don't know, I don't know what to do. YouTube should just have all this worked in, don't you think, Brandon?
Oh, 100%.
Don't you think all this stuff should just be built into YouTube so you can log into YouTube and then have a friend join in? Like, wouldn't that be a fucking useful like thing?
I mean, yeah, but you know,
But they're focused on what? On
AI.
what? You know?
Focused on AI.
I know. I know. Right when we got it working, we lost like 8 people. They're like, we're not hanging around for this.
Yeah.
But
Bye.
oh well.
We're still here. Trucking along. We at least got Kyle here. That's all we need is just Kyle. And then I mean that with love when I say just Kyle. I mean that's all we need. So Rob, how was San Diego Comic Con? How was your time there? How was your experience?
Busy.
For those that don't know, Rob got to go and basically do a signing, correct? For your book?
Yeah, we launched the first issue of Spawn Kills Every Spawn, at the con, and so we did a signing on the Saturday. So I was there for all 4 days, and basically use it to catch up with friends and artists and stuff like that. And
I mean, you
you
got to
know,
go the busiest, you got to go sign the busiest day of the whole thing. That's pretty wild.
yeah, we were packed until like the very last minute, so.
Did people come and they're like, "Oh man, I came because I wanted you to sign the book," or were they just like, "Oh shit, you got there, this is coming out"? Like, how many people actually like
There
had
was
no?
quite a few actually. Yeah. I'd say we probably had 100 people in total,
Oh shit,
which for an hour is not bad. You know what I mean?
no,
Like, no one knows who I am, so we sold out of we gave away the first 50 prints very fast, and then we still had a steady stream of people all the way to the ending.
oh nice.
So, unfortunately, they didn't have any of the issues there to sell to people.
What?
So they had to like go to a different booth to get one of the variants, and no one had access to the actual issue. I
How
know
does
that was
that?
Brandon. Like anything else in my life, it's an uphill battle, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just always assume I gotta work twice as hard as everyone else to get the same shit. So some
Oh.
people were buying the trade to Spawn Kills Everyone 1 and 2.
Uh,
Right? They're like, well, I mean, it's the same thing. I'm like, well, you know what? Not really, but on the first issue, we do chop up those issues and piss on them. So I took the time to show that off. I'm like, so we are like vaguely related. So I said, hey,
yeah.
if they cancel the book and bring back the old crew, they could maybe have that, Chibi piss on my copies too. And then, fait accompli. I
Yeah.
literally drew the Calvin piss gag
Oh
on there.
goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He chops them up and then pees on them.
Wow. All right.
Yeah. Yes. I know I'm gonna hear about that. One time when I was working on this book Monstroids,
Uh,
for Ape Entertainment, Kevin Grievous created this thing. It's like monsters that get rebuilt like RoboCop to fight crime.
uh,
Frankenstein, Wolfman, all those guys. Anyway, the original idea was designed by another crew,
uh,
and I kind of like inherited those designs and tried to like, I don't know, like I tried to like make them funner. And
yeah.
so at the time I thought it'd be fun to start. This was when blogs were big. Like remember like art blogs were a big deal at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I started this blog called Making Monstroids. I thought it'd be
Uh,
fun to show the original designs and why it made changes. And I shit you not, within a week, the artist Javier something or other, great artist too, but he let me know, why are you complaining of, we worked on this book and you're shitting on it and makes me look bad. And I was just like, oh fucking bloody, I can't ever do nothing. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, you know. So I deleted the blog. I was like, I just don't
Yeah.
need the trouble. Yeah.
Yeah. Fair.
I don't even like the designs. I can't. They had sell these cables and shit on them. I wanted to get rid of them, and they were like, "We like the cables," and I'm like, "I fucking hate them." You know, like I want them
Yeah.
gone. You know, so it's like, you know, but whatever. Book never came out anyway. They did one issue, a zero issue. They had at Comic Con, and then the first issue I drew all the way to the last two pages, and they never They canceled the book. You know, so essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or should I be, no, see, Rob, we took a year to agree on the page count and then you didn't finish the last page. Yeah, you canceled the book. Like, if you take a year to decide whether a comic's going to be 32 pages or 24 pages, right?
Yeah.
The book's canceled. Who waits for a year? Just curious, Brad.
Right.
Who waits for a year? So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what this whole thing. I went with this service because it's a little cheaper than the other ones, but I don't even know. I wish it was just a. Why can't this stuff be free? Or
Right.
like Bill, I'm willing to pay YouTube money, but it's like these other services. I don't know. Like if YouTube just made one that did all this shit, like Google Hangouts used to,
Yeah.
Google Hangouts had it all built in where you could jump in and we could talk and blah 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 blah.
Oh yeah.
And then they deleted that and like just use a third party. And the minute you use a third party, they're like, we're not sharing your channel because you're using a third party. You're like, you
Yeah.
bastards, you know? If they said I had to pay for their own restream, even if it only went to YouTube, but they'd at least notify people on my channel and like share my shit, I'd pay for it.
Right.
You know what I mean? No problem. No problemo.
I'll talk to some people. I'll see what I can do for you.
Yeah, you should talk to some people.
You know me. I know all the important
You know
players.
Matthew McConaughey, and Ryan
Matt,
Reynolds.
I know Matthew McConaughey. I don't know Ryan Reynolds. I wish I knew Ryan Reynolds. I have spent a good amount of time, not a good amount, but a nice little chunk of time with Matthew McConaughey and chopped it up. And
So, hey guys, that's why Brandon. We're like, where's Brandon? I'm like, he's hanging out with Matthew McConaughey, Rain of Fire. Like Wolf of Wall Street. He's not hanging out here, guys. Brandon's
right.
he's a major player now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
big time.
yeah, he's major potato. Cue the
It's
theme to Stripe. Dun, 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 dun,
mighty
dun, dun, dun,
potato now.
dun.
Mighty
Yeah.
potato now.
Major potato. I like major potato, but you know what it is? They'll call stolen valor because you never served.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, mighty potato, a mighty James. How's that Mighty
Nice.
James thing working for you? They sharing your channel now?
I haven't. I don't have a channel. I just have my Instagram.
Yeah, are they sharing your Instagram now? Or have you been?
No, nobody likes me.
No one likes. Kind of found out it wasn't you were shadow banned. They just no one cares, right?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
It was tough getting people to want to refollow a new account. That's the hardest part is just getting people to be like to like switch over.
Mm.
Like and some of the pros that follow me on my old account were like, they're not gonna want to.
I'll probably look into Restream and see what the cheapest thing is on StreamYard or some shit. I mean, like I said, I paid for this for a year. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I haven't made much on my store this past year compared to normal years,
Right.
but it seems like mostly people only buy physical artwork these days, not really print. So, you know, Like that's something I can work on. So I'll probably continue to do that for another year. But it's like each one of these ends up being like $300 a year. You know, like the
Right.
store is $300 a year. This is 300, and Etsy used to be free. I didn't pay nothing on it except when someone bought something. You know, and
Mhm.
it's like, but Etsy went and self-destructed itself. So they want 40% of every sale.
Yeah.
So one guy, I got like the best sale of my life, bought like $900 worth of prints, dude, and Etsy kept almost $400.
Jesus Christ.
And it didn't. The sale didn't come from Etsy; it came from Instagram, my own channels. You know, I looked. You know,
Yeah, of course.
and I was like, I can't do that. You know, and I thought, and first off, they already got the fucking money. You
Yeah.
know, so it's like it's not like I was able to like cancel and get out of that. So it's like, you know,
Yeah.
so then I, blah 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 blah. Finally got a store built, but like anything else, it's all SEO dependent and blah blah blah. I wouldn't really normally care except because like normally it's my socials that go, so that's fine.
uh,
But with the recession, people are just like, you know, they'll buy physical art, but they're not buying, you know, prints and shit. So
right.
unless they're like $20 prints and shit, and I'm like, well, I'm not doing $20 prints. I lose money, so
Right.
that's not happening. You know, ever. Sorry. You know, I mean, the shipping alone's $10. You know,
Yeah.
and I try to work all the shipping into my products these days. So
Right.
that's not happening. So it's just we all got to make decisions on what to do with our fucking you know online blah 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 blah, and it's like it's coming down to the store and restreaming. So I'm like, well, maybe we'll just quit restreaming just to YouTube, but it doesn't solve like guests. Like if I have you on or if Steven wants to come on or somebody, there's no
Right.
like good way to do that yet. And that's why I
Uh-huh.
was like, if YouTube just provided that stupid thing built into you know what I mean? Then
Yeah.
like there you go. But yeah, see that's loud, Brandon. Whatever that is right
That's
there.
all I did was close the case on my iPad. It's very, very
It's
gently. It
very
was
loud.
it was the magnet to it. The
Hey
magnet.
Kyle, let me know how loud that was when Brandon closed. If I'm just hearing a loud noise, it might just be loud on my end. Maybe it's not loud on their end.
I'm so afraid to even move.
Watch, Kyle's not even there.
Right. I'm slowly putting my markers on the table. Where's Kyle when you need him?
Well, it shouldn't be social. Like streaming and social media was easier 10 years ago, Brandon. It's
Right.
not. That's not how the future's supposed to work. Yet here we are.
Very much so. Maybe Kyle left us.
Yeah, probably left us. Oh well. Maybe he was like, it's too loud.
Right. He didn't even say goodbye. We miss you, Kyle.
Rest in peace, Kyle.
Oh no,
What?
no, 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 no,
What? Too soon?
no. Too soon. No, just we miss you, Kyle.
Oh, okay.
Yes, not R.I.P. Kyle.
Well, there's time. Give it time.
I mean, in time we'll all,
Yeah.
yeah. In
But
time.
for when you die, Oroko Saki, it will be without honor.
Oh,
Not what?
that was
You
Shredder,
remember when
right?
Turtles movies were good?
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't watched the new show, but I've heard good things about it. The one on Paramount or whatever.
Yeah, I know. I gotta like sign up for Paramount for 1 month so I can watch
I
it
don't
and
want to.
cancel.
That's what I'm saying. I don't. I gotta. I'm gonna wait till all the episodes are out, I guess,
Right.
because I. Yeah, and then I'll just binge watch it because I'm like, I don't want to. I don't want. I don't. Fuck what I need. I don't even know what I would watch on Paramount. Like, I don't know what
Nothing.
else. Yeah.
The Sonic, the Knuckles show sucks. Beavis and Butthead's great. And I think South Park's on there, so there's that. But not enough to justify a monthly thing.
No.
So sorry for them.
Right. Okay. Did you already get your comps for this Popeye cover?
No.
Are they
No.
gonna
They
send you
usually
comps?
comps usually appear like right before. I should have my comps for Spawn Kills Every Spawn issue 2 by now, but I don't. So,
Damn.
they're pretty good about it. So I did get told when I was at the office, if anything ever happens and you don't get comps, so I don't know,
Right.
it'll get worked out. They're all pretty good about it. Now, I've never dealt with Massive, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I can only assume I did pre-order the thing just in case, but not multiple issues, just because they're
Right.
like, they're $5 a pop, and I'm like, oh, I'll buy one. Um, you know,
Right.
I mean, I have the original art as you see here, so you know.
I still can't believe Kyle left us without saying bye. That is not like Kyle. You're gonna feel real bad if that RIP shit. Poor Kyle.
Maybe he literally did die.
That's what I'm
Maybe,
saying. You're
maybe.
gonna feel.
Oh,
Yeah, you're
I thought
sitting
even
there like,
Kyle was gonna feel bad. Oh, I won't feel bad. I'll
no,
be like,
you're.
called it. Nope. I'll be like, called it. Told you. What? What? I love being that guy who called it. What are you talking about?
I'm rooting for you, Kyle.
I mean, I enjoy I call him as often as I used to call you now. So I call him during the day because he's my other friend who's not gainfully employed all the time. So I'm like, he's available. He's got nothing going on.
I mean, I used to be available, but
Yeah,
then
I know. Everyone's like, how come Brandon doesn't have video and he does video production? And I'm like, Brandon's semi-homeless right now. you know, like I said, right now you're calling from your mom's house. You don't even live there, right?
no, I'm house sitting
Mm.
for her right now.
Right.
Yeah, it's which I don't want to be. This house smells like cat piss.
Yeah. So I was
But
like,
yeah,
yeah, I mean, he works in video production, but much like people who work at grocery stores, they usually can't afford groceries. You
right.
know, they just work at the grocery store,
Oh
right?
no, I mean, I would love. I think about that shit all the time. I'm at work and I'm just like, man, why? I'll get home and I can make a video using that. I'm like, I don't got this equipment. I don't got this shit. I don't have the editing. I mean, like all the stuff I have at work. It's like I can't just pack it up and take it home one day and just be, oh yeah, guys, no worries.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I just like excuses.
It's true.
Uh-huh.
I can confirm. Brandon loves excuses.
Uh-huh.
Hey, let me check YouTube to make sure we're not a giant green screen.
Oh yeah,
Should
we
have
forgot
done
about
that like an hour ago, but you know
that.
me.
Right.
No, we're there. We're there. All right. So yeah, I'll have to work. on this service situation. So might have to go back to something else. I don't know. I'll look into it. I'm not doing it right now.
Stop that. No, leave me alone. My mommy's got this cat that just wants to be petted nonstop, and I'm just like, leave me alone. They'll like follow me around the countertops, like pet me. And I'm like, I
Right.
don't. I'm like, I don't like cats. Sorry, people. And I'm like, also, I don't want to pet you. I don't. Sorry for the people that do like cats. I'm just not a cat guy. It's not my. It's not my thing. They're too temperamental for me. I can't handle that.
I miss my cat, but I'm done being a cat owner.
Right.
I can't deal with cat pee anymore. You know,
Yeah.
and the last few years was really tough with him. I would love to have him back. I'd do almost anything. I
Right.
wouldn't. I wouldn't give up my my current living pets from the one that passed. That wouldn't be fair to
Right.
that wouldn't be fair to the living pets.
Yeah.
But short of that, I do. If I had
He
to lose
was
a
funny the way
finger,
he would beg.
yeah, if I had to lose a finger, a finger on my left hand to get the cat back, I would. All right,
Right.
I'm willing to trade a toe, something on the foot or the left, not my right hand. Now we need
You
all the
better you
fingers.
better hope I don't somehow be able to do that, Rob. Because I'm gonna get that
Well,
finger.
you Tony Robbins can work miracles, right, Brandon?
Oh, that guy. That guy's
Yeah,
he's
isn't he?
a great
Isn't he?
guy. He
Can you do it? Gainfully employs Brandon. You can't say you love him.
he he yeah,
Yeah, you got nothing to say, do
he's
you, Brandon?
no, I don't. That won't get me possibly in trouble.
Yep.
He's not
Don't do
my
it.
boss per se, but he
Right?
definitely
He's your boss's
good.
boss.
They co-own the company, so
Yeah.
it's I mean, but
You
Tony
wanna
still
you
gets
you
fun with
want you
me.
wanna you want me to poke you know my luck. You wanna play that game?
Nope, not at all. I know.
Man, I do really well with
Yeah, nope. I've already done good with my luck with Rob Liefeld and other people. I don't need to. I don't. Not worth the risk. Now, if I was making lots of money while streaming with you, sure, I'll spill some tea.
yeah, about any money. Would any money do? 'Cause forget that's shooting a little too high, I think. Let's work
Yeah.
on any money. Have you made any money streaming with me? I used to
Me?
make
No.
money on YouTube before PewDiePie ruined it for everyone. He did, dude. He dropped that N word and gave us Adpocalypse. And
Yeah.
that's where they deem like drawing channels were like, even though you say we're not for kids, they put you in the kids category, so they don't share your shit. Like
Yeah.
you can still leave comments, but their algorithm behind the scenes
Hmm.
just immediately killed the channel. I was gaining, two to 500 followers a month straight every month, and then
Yeah.
nothing. And it's been nothing. I've been stuck at 16,000 and a half thousand subscribers since 2017 when that went down. And I put out 1,000. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like since then. But that's that's the way it is, man. You know. There's a guy I used to have on the channel. I'm not gonna say his name anymore. That we had a falling out during COVID because he became an anti-vaxxer and I just couldn't deal with him. But I used to have him on. We got along, dude, pretty well art wise. And I was like, I haven't seen what that guy's been up to a while. Let me see, because even though I don't really want to hang out with him anymore, I do wish people well,
Right. Yeah, of
So
course.
I'm like, man, I want to see what he's doing art wise, and he's doing good stuff. But his YouTube channel, he just doesn't. He dropped it, and I'm like, yeah, I guarantee you, he hit that same. He's right where it was when we last hung out in 20,
Yeah.
2020. It's like it didn't grow either. I'm like, yeah, you're behind the adpocalypse wall. You know, so
Now look at us. We're famous. Me and you, Rob, famous art streamers.
yeah, it's always clever when someone who's like building up a new stream or something has like advice for me. I'm like, guys, you know what I mean? I was doing quite well. Some of my videos have 100,000 views. It's over. This channel is dead. That's what they want. Nothing's bringing it back. So I just continue forward because it's a way to hang out with the people that do randomly see it.
Right.
And it's a way to like document my work and stuff. But um, let's just be honest, dude. Like until something changes on their end, nothing's gonna change. I mean, I used to have, I'd say, twice a year phone calls with Google over the channel.
Right.
And it was like that all stopped. Hey, what's up, Marcus? So there's no like advice to be had, dude. Other
Right.
than scrap it and start over. You know, and I might do something like that where I still update this one, but I'll do like very concentrated videos and put it on a different channel. You know what I mean? Like
Sketchcraft 2.0, is that what I'm hearing?
we'd be on like 5.0 by now, Brandon. I think you vastly underestimate how many times I've.
Right.
Hey, you want to reorganize the videos again?
No, never. Not after what you did. I still can't believe you did that. That was like,
Hey, even before I did that, Brandon is not telling the full story. So for years, people used to tell me, man, I'd be able to like follow your channel more if the playlists were all in order, right? And
mm-hmm,
so I set Brandon to work for about a year of taking all the stuff in the playlist and organizing it in release order, right, Brandon?
mm-hmm.
And if there was a Popeye cover, all five would be in order, right?
Right.
Because
With
everything was mixed
thumbnails.
up with thumbnails. Yeah, the whole bit. Brandon did the work. And right when he got done with it, I was like, great. I hit a button and it jumbled it all up, dude. And
That
I was like, hey,
was
great news, good news, bad news, man. I was like, good news is you did it. The bad news is you got to do it again.
there's
Sorry.
been there's been two moments of betrayal in my life. My wife leaving me and you
The
doing that.
divorce and
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yes.
the divorce and that, man. You like honestly, I think what you did hurt more than the divorce. Cuz like
Yeah, but I at least called you to let you know I did it. Your wife just disappeared on you, Brandon.
fair. Yeah,
So no, I
true.
think I'm better. You know?
I mean, like, I don't know. It's like,
I
was it
know,
worse?
I know you.
It's like, I don't know, man. I'm like,
We're not talking
I
about your
was
divorce all night. Everything. If we let Brandon have his way, it'd be divorce, divorce, divorce. That's all he ever
no,
wants to talk about. You know.
never.
He even has a new girlfriend. He talks about the divorce. You figure that one out, right,
No,
Brandon?
no.
Yeah.
I get the problem is
You're going to be engaged in a year, and you're still talking about the previous divorce. It's
no.
crazy.
The problem is a lot of people don't even know that we broke up and or divorced. So it's like when we went out to with Andy and Mary, they knew, but then they wanted to bring it up, ask questions. It's because
They want to
you
know
know.
if you're cheating and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
To my credit, that's one thing I don't do. It's too much effort, honestly, people. People.
right.
It's easy to cheat. I'm like, no, it's not. Not when you're married. Not when you're married.
See,
It's too hard to cheat.
before
It's too much
20
work.
years ago, I'd say there was a good year before I met my wife where I was like, I'm done dating.
Mhm.
I went through a real tumultuous relationship and with an artist, and I was like, I'm never dating an artist ever again. It's too competitive,
Yeah.
and a whole bunch of things. And so that was when online dating kind of first was starting. And I just found my way into women who were married. Like they turned out they were on these, and it wasn't like those specific sites. There was no specific site for it. Those were the
Right.
ones who were in. They were in the dating sites. They let me know, I'm married. And I was like, well, are you available between the? They were always available during my weird hours, during the
Oh yeah.
day, because I work nights. And I was like, well, look, I don't really care. It's not my marriage. I figure if you're
Camera.
on this site, if they're on that site, it's
Uh,
already a broken marriage. But I got nothing to do with that.
right.
So I don't have those kinds of morals. I'm like, not my problem. They're always like wealthy, no military guys, just wealthy
Right.
women with plenty of money to treat Rob. Like that was nice. I won't lie. I got treated very well for a good year. But I saw the amount of effort they went through to keep that up, and I
Yeah.
was like, no fucking way. I don't know how you do it. Be honest.
Well, I unfortunately did not go the wealthy route with the new girlfriend. I went with tall,
No, I told you
hot
to. I
Latina.
told you to find a wealthy older woman, didn't I?
You
Told
did,
you that you should do
but I
that.
did
And you
not.
didn't do it. You went with
Well,
the
no, no,
hot
no, no.
Latina who lives down the
Correction.
street.
Correction. I did, but I actually. Ooh,
No,
that,
Mega, this was 2003. There was no Ashley. These were just regular sites like Yahoo Personals and Matchup.com or whatever. It was just normal. I was there to date regular women, but everyone who hit me up was married. It's 23, 24. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, all right, these women were all older. I was like, fine,
so
no big deal.
what we're all hearing is Sketchcraft was a home wrecker. You hussy.
No, the homes were already wrecked. I was cleaning up the crumbs. The crumbs were on the floor, and I was like, all right,
The calls coming from in the house.
And,
Got it.
and and I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna learn all the tricks women use or people. How about I don't want to blame women. People use when they're cheating. So I told my wife when we met, I'm like, I know every trick there is. So you can. I'll know, and then we'll be done. You know.
Yeah.
So feel free to do whatever. My marriage is very simple. I'm just like, if you ever feel the need to look at my phone, just get the divorce papers. You
Right.
know, I'm not digging into her shit. If I feel I have to do that, then it's already over.
Right.
You know. So, but I come on. I came from a home of like my dad had 4 different marriages. My mom had 3 different marriages. My mom was married to one guy while she wasn't quite divorced from the other. So it's like, dude, my mom was married to a guy and she rented out her bedroom in my dad's house when they were used to be married. She was sleeping in the room with her second husband that she used to be married to her first husband to in the house. Like, so I used to tell people in middle school, I live with my dad, my mom, and her husband. Like that was my bit, right? Like
Yeah.
7th grade, Rob had a bit.
Yeah.
So it's like a marriage is whatever it means to you. I ultimate like religion. I could ultimately be like whatever, you know. It
Yeah.
it's as serious as you take it. You know, like, oh, Rob doesn't take it serious. You take it as serious. I take it serious, but at the same time, being in a relationship, I don't see it any different than being married. Other than the marriage thing to me is like, it's like a tax thing, really. You know, so for me, but you're right. It's a tremendous amount of effort.
Oh yeah.
You know, I don't know how
It's just
anyone.
it's just too much.
Yeah,
It's just
who
too
can keep track
much.
of all that? It's a pretty good bit, right, Mega Mario? It's a little comedian. It's a little comedian. Yeah. I mean, for seventh grade, 1991, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's just too much work, guys. Too much work. I'm too lazy. Yeah, that's the
But
thing. I
Brandon
don't.
went with the easy relationship that's just there, doesn't have to try.
Oh yeah.
Right?
If
No?
if you dated a Latina before, there's no easy. You're on your toes. You might get stabbed. You know. You don't know. No.
They might just
No. This
walk
one.
out on you. Yeah.
Just when I thought I was out, you brought me right back in. You son of a bitch.
I
Nah, it's
told you. I
funny.
mean, you sort of took a year off, but that's where he's been, guys. He hasn't been here because he's been off dating. You
Oh
know.
yeah, I wish. Nah, I just started dating. I oh, I mean, I did kind of at an event thing meet a nice woman who was older and richer. Way she was super rich. Like like
Mhm.
I could I googled her and like she came up. You know what I mean? It wasn't like oh just like it was like oh yeah she got like money. But you know she
Right.
also had a boyfriend, so I can't say her name because
Oh, boyfriend. Have you seen yourself in the mirror right now, Brandon? You look like muscular kingpin. You know,
again like if
boy.
you I should send you the picture I took today. Like I was looking good, everybody
Yeah.
looking good. But that was no, but she didn't. She's like
I
I had
use
a
your photo now
boyfriend.
for my photos. You look so good. You know what
That's
I mean?
funny. That was good. That
Yeah.
was a good one.
You
Well,
used to look
listen,
like the
so
Gerber baby, but not so much
uh,
anymore. You
yeah.
cleaned up.
All right.
I look at those older pictures of Brandon. It makes me feel better about myself.
Don't make me feel good. I know
New
that's the funny part.
Brandon.
Like
Yeah.
they always, and, you know, again, I'm not. We've joked about it, but they always say like whoever glows up the most after the breakup or divorce, it was the other person's fault, you know. And I win this round. I win this round. So
No, it was your fault. I was there.
yeah,
I saw some of it. It's like, yeah,
yeah.
this is Brandon's fault.
It was my fault. The car got repoed,
Yeah.
and you know,
You
screw
know who's
that.
not to blame? Your dog. Your dog had no fault.
Nope. And that's why I took care of my baby.
It's never the kids or the dog's fault, but everyone else, it's all their faults, unless there's abuse. The only abuse you ever did was poor choice in eating out. You know, like,
Mm,
you did food abuse. I'd be like, why are you
well,
eating that?
depression and anxiety, things I
Yeah.
didn't know about.
Those Taco Bell nights are tough, huh?
Yeah,
I've been there, man. You know, Taco Bell's it's white guy depression food. You
it
know,
really is. No, it really is. It's fucking
yeah.
that's. You know what? I feel like before anybody else, you should really somehow coin that phrase on threads or something because
Uh-huh.
like that's hilarious. That's a good one. Yeah, because it really is like it the
I'm
amount
gonna
of
gordita
nights.
my nightmares away,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Like,
the amount of nights I was even after
see,
you know
people don't
when
know a 7 layer burrito is really 5 layers of food and 2 layers of emotional support. Like-
yes.
right? Yeah, it's two
Oh,
layers of
100%.
trauma, beans, cheese. Like,
The worst part of the divorce at first was the fact that my dad literally lived around the corner from a Taco Bell, and like one night somebody's like, "Hey man, you come here all the time." He's like, if you just put your order in the app, you don't have to. I'm like, wait. I forgot about apps. He goes, "Oh yeah, man, Taco Bell app." He goes, "You can get rewards, all that shit." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm
Yeah,
in trouble."
Taco Bell loves you. You get rewards. Taco Bell
Yes,
rewards you now.
yes.
I mean, that's the future.
Uh-huh.
Even Demolition Man couldn't predict how necessary Taco Bell would be to the future.
That's crazy, right?
Right.
But now, how unnecessary Sylvester Stallone is, though. Fuck that guy.
Mega Mario says his go-to depression food is Jack in a Box. Some good, cheap, barely edible. Once a month, I go to Jack in a Box and get their onion ring because it's always made fresh,
Uh-huh.
and usually burn the roof of my mouth and don't make that decision for another month or two. Only deep fried food I have on any regular basis. But other than that, it's just too expensive. So it's not worth the trouble. Once a month, we get Mexican takeout from this place that it's acceptable. It tastes good. It's not, it's good. I've had worse, even in California, but it's called California Mexican food, and they're good. They got their meat's flavorful, but it's not gonna wow you if I took you there. You'd be like, all right, yeah, it's good. But they don't really overcharge. I don't feel, So that's a big win in my opinion.
Right.
you know.
How long did the whole cover take you? How many hours? Do you remember? Just Popeye?
I figured out the composition, the coloring, and everything. I saved the color thumbs too, so I'll eventually wheel those out maybe tomorrow night.
Uh-huh.
Or I'll let this play for a couple nights and then I'll wheel out the thumbs. But to draw the traditional stuff took about 6 hours. It's actually pretty fast.
Uh-huh.
So, but I did the digitals first, and that took me about a day.
Right.
The only thing that was like difficult was just making sure like the faces were all good, like Popeye and him, like
Right.
like that. The licensors always stress, and I told them I was like, I don't really want to go through licensor hell. If they're gonna
Yeah.
be before I even took the job. If it's a big problem, if they're really picky, I don't want to do this. I
Oh,
don't
Rob, can
have
you
the
mention
tolerance.
another cover or company? I know which one right away, but where you had trouble with them
Yeah, but
not
that's just the way
liking.
with all licensing. It's usually a real pain in the ass. Like
Do you know
to be
which one I'm
fair.
thinking of?
Well, IDW or Overwatch, dude. You pick one. I
Nope,
mean,
nope, not that one.
what? Oh, what? Which? Who?
The Yokai
That's
Watch.
IDW.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yokoi Watch was IDW. Yeah.
oh, I thought that was
I know
overseas.
who I
My
work
bad.
for, Brandon. I mean, do you want to mansplain me my fucking career? Like, I mean, come
No,
on,
but I'm
Brandon.
saying I thought
Mighty
you made
splain
it.
me my career, Brandon. I'm curious to know who did I work for.
You made it sound
Well,
like
that they were. It's not that they were picky. It's that they took a year to get back notes.
yeah.
I don't know who waits a year for notes. I'm like, did you get on a boat? Like, this is 2017. I'm like, did you get on a boat like Shogun and like take it there and then get the notes on scrolls and bring the shit back? Like I was like,
Yeah.
I, I don't want to, be cruel here, but like a year, like no update, nothing. Just they
Yeah.
disappeared.
That's wild.
And then they were like, oh well, we're ready to move forward now. So like, you want to do like all the covers? I'm like, no. And they found a great cover artist. They didn't need me. you know. So
And that cover artist was me, everybody.
yeah. So I always say, I mean, if you think you're like irreplaceable, you're not. You're replaceable. You know, they'll find you with someone. There's always someone more talented than you. Always someone more talented than me. So I always point and go find them. You know, I just don't want the trouble of dealing with this.
All right. That's like the phrase like if you want less, go find less. Like when people are like, "Oh, if I'm too much, go find less."
Yeah, it's okay. Well, Rob, you keep talking people out of hiring you. Great, you know. I'm not difficult to work with. It's just you can't disappear. You can't ghost me for a year, then say I want to work. You want to work more? No, I don't want to work more. If they had just kept giving me some update randomly, you know, like, hey man, we got this going on, like nothing, and I emailed nothing,
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm not doing that, you know.
Right.
Sorry. And then with the weird notes I got on the Transformers stuff, it was just, why bother? So I'm like, plenty of people want to do this. Let them do it. And look, man, Transformers is in great hands now. Over at Skybound, like Jorge Corona is cooking it up, and Daniel Warren John. I mean, don't need me, man. Much better people in charge of it. You know.
Yeah. Stop. Can we talk Deadpool spoilers now or no? I mean,
It's been out like a month, dude.
yeah.
My wife wanted to go see it again. She goes, "I want to go see it again." I'm like, "Only if it's in 3D, because I'm not paying
Yeah.
for a regular showing."
No.
And
No.
the 3D's out of theaters, man.
Yeah.
So I was like, "It's out." I'm like, "Oh, it's out of." I'm like, "Well, then no." I told her, "No, we can wait." I'm willing to pay for the 3D for theater prices. It
Right.
was so good. I'm not willing to pay theater food and all that shit for fucking regular screening. You know.
Yeah.
So I'll buy the 3D version.
Are you gonna have to
Um,
buy that like how are you gonna get that like out of?
you just some other country will have it. I'll buy it. I know how to get it.
Yeah.
I'll have it. Yeah. And then I have a multi-region player, but I don't even need the multi-region player anymore because I have software to rip my stuff legally. And so I'll buy the disc, I'll rip it, and then I can stream it to my TV and play it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't have to worry about any of that stuff. As long as you're playing it from a PC on your TV, everything's possible.
Yeah.
So what do you want to talk about?
I already know the answer, but I'm gonna ask for the stream. What was your favorite cameo?
The script?
The script?
Yeah, because I didn't like the script in the first one. No, sorry, the second one. I like the first one. I just didn't like the story, and I thought the second one had potential, but so
Mine was Age of Apocalypse Wolverine.
I knew it would be. The minute I saw that, I was like, "Oh, Brandon's gonna be so happy."
And the craziest thing is Rob called me. He's like, "Hey, don't get on the internet. You'll never guess the cameo." And I'm like, "Bullshit! I can guess this shit." And I'm like
No,
thinking, and I was like, "Never in my wildest dreams would I have expected to see Age of Apocalypse Wolverine. Even if we never get the Age of Apocalypse storyline like we should, the fact that we got to see it and there's pictures and I want to see more high res behind the scenes of him like that. But I've seen a couple. But I mean, fucking Age of Apocalypse Wolverine with the metal nubby hand and everything. Like,
well, my favorite is the hair. They did the big
oh,
Klingon
the
hair.
crazy hair. Yeah.
Yeah, the Klingon hair.
It was wild. And that
No, if
brown
I tell
suit.
you you're never gonna guess it, Brandon, you're never gonna guess it.
Yeah. I wouldn't
I
have
know what
guessed
you
Blade.
know.
I
I
wouldn't
know
have guessed
everything you
Blade
know. You
either.
know, like when it comes to nerd shit, I know everything you know. Like I'm telling you, you're never gonna guess it. I don't know anything about sports or in your weird ass DJs you follow, but
I'm into weird ass DJs now. I always love when Rob has no idea what I'm into, and he'll just make some shit. He'll be like, "Oh yeah, you like that so and so," and I'm like, "I have no
yeah,
idea what you're talking about."
yeah,
Are you confusing DJs with Chapel Roan?
huh? Whatever you listen to, Alley Cat, you know, Skunk Dog, all that stuff, dude.
Alley Cat and Skunk Dog. Skunk Dog. That's gonna be the name of my first Kickstarter.
Uh huh.
Alley Cat, Alley Cat, and Skunk Dog.
Yeah, it'll be better than
Mm.
Catalyst.
Oh, fuck you, bitch.
The most generic fucking name for a comic book ever, right? If guys, don't you think? Doesn't Catalyst sound like something an actor would conjure up to get a deal at Netflix, and it was some real generic fucking comic? You know, you don't give a shit, and they'd probably spell it with like some leet speak in there somewhere.
I didn't
You
spell
know?
it weird. I didn't spell it weird.
Uh huh.
You're a dick. You're a dick,
You
Rob.
put a
All right,
Y
everybody.
somewhere where there should be an I. You did spell it. You try to get
Did I?
clever.
No, I
Yeah. You
spelled
did.
it right. That's how you spell
Yeah.
catalyst.
All right. Brandon drew himself as a
Catalyst.
superhero. How great is that?
I didn't draw myself. I just didn't know how to
It
draw
clearly is
anything other
you.
than
It's
yeah, but I
you.
didn't do it on purpose. You also
Yeah,
said
but
my
it's
women
you.
look like me, so
Yeah, he was. Brandon was drawn as women like him too. Like that was my favorite. I'm like, look, it's a take. It's you know.
well, this has been fun, everybody.
Mhm. This is why they watch, Brandon. This is. Mhm.
Go away. Go. Get. Get. I love how I tell these animals to get, and so they just purposely like get even closer.
Mhm.
Speaking of animals, is Jezebel doing okay? Didn't you say something was wrong with her the other day?
Yeah, she hurt her foot, but she's healing up. We took her to get her summer groom, and she wasn't locked into
Hmm.
the shower or bathtub or whatever they were doing, and she
Oh,
got out and hurt her foot.
aw, man.
Yeah, and the guy was all afraid we're gonna sue him, and I'm like, we almost. I was like, yeah, man, I'm looking at it, like, you know, I'm sure it's whatever. I just decided I'm never going there again.
Yeah.
So for what we pay twice a year, so I'm looking at a couple mobile setups, that
I
are
mean, if she
local.
has to have any kind of like stuff done, he should pay for it. Like shit, man.
Yeah, it was a whole thing, dude. So yeah, so she's recouping, but she's back to her normal self otherwise. But she was in a cone for a month. Cone of shame.
Yeah, I remember Gamora had that after her surgery. That was hell.
Oh, she was getting sassy. Like after like a couple weeks, she would just take it and just like rake it across you or flick it
Right.
off things. She was just playing it all up. It's hilarious. You crawl into bed, she go in there and just like scrape your face with it. I was like,
Yeah.
all right, thanks.
Yeah.
She's like, you wanted it, you get it.
Was I on the phone with you last night when I couldn't get the dog in the house? Was that last night?
Yeah. Yeah, it was last night. I was on the phone with
Yeah.
Brandon. He couldn't get the dog back in the house.
Yeah. My mom's dog wants to just go out in the. She has like a basically pasture backyard. She wants to go out there and just bark at darkness. That's cool. I just wanted to go to bed so bad. Oh, question. And I wonder in the chat if anybody's in there and wants to answer. Does everybody know what a Flying Dutchman is at In and Out? Rob, do you know what that is?
No.
So, give everybody a second here if anybody's in there. So, I was at the gym looking beastly. The girl up front was like, "Oh, you gonna go eat now?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go get. I want to go get something." She's like, "Oh, you should go to In and Out." I was like, "Oh yeah, I've been there in a while. Sure, why not?" And she goes, "How do you like your burger?" Blah blah. I'm like, "Well, I'm not really a fan of the bun. I don't like the bread. You know, I kind of just
Oh,
protein
is
stash."
that what they're calling the protein, the bun-less burger now? Dutchman?
No, no, no. So, well, yeah. So it gets. So I was. She was like, "Oh, you should get
Mhm.
the Flying Dutchman." And I'm like, "The hell's that?" She goes, "It's onion as the bun, grilled onions, then like meat, cheese, then more onion." I'm like, "Oh, okay,
You
sure,
know,
why not?"
Brandon,
Take it.
just eat the fucking bun and save yourself the heart attack. Like, I'm just gonna be
Right,
honest.
right, right, right,
You're
right.
burning plenty of carbs. What do you fucking not need the bun for?
I don't like the bun. I don't. It's too
You just
big.
don't like the bun,
Yeah, and
or you.
so
It's
I mean,
not a.
I'm okay with it sometimes. Sometimes I get the bun, but what if I'm with like my girl or something, then I'm just like, just add whole grilled onions. I'm not like, oh, hold the bun. But I didn't realize you have to like tell them that you want the whole grilled onion, whatever. So basically, I open up my box. The guy first goes, "Hey, do you want a knife?" And I go, "Why would I want a knife?" I go, "No." And
Yeah,
I open it.
you just hold it up and smash it in your face.
I'm
You know.
like, well, I'm like, because I'm not grasping the concept of what it is until I open the box, and it's literally just cheese, meat, cheese. Like that's all it is. That's it in my box. So for $4 or whatever it was, I
Wow,
just
Brandon.
basically had two patties and two slices of cheese, and I looked at it and I was like, what the fuck? No
Just got a
lettuce,
pro.
no tomato. Yeah, I know. I was just like, but I went off the recommendation of the person at the gym. I was like, okay, sure, yeah, I'll try it. And I look at the guy and he's looking at me and I'm like, I go, bro. And he goes, yeah. And I
No,
was
it's
like,
the
I thought it
grilled
was.
onion. It's the animal style onions, Mega Mario. That's what it is. It's just the animal style cheese and onions with meat. Like, and you're like, no, I eat it with my hands, bitch. No knife needed. Do you just? What if you open it in front of them and just buried your head in it, right? And it's
And
all.
just,
He's like, oh my god, what is going on? Like Cookie Monster. Flying Dutchman, so good. Just get it protein style next time. I mean, I guess, you know. I just eat the bun, dude. You know, like I figure this. If I don't want the carbs, I won't eat the fucking burger. Like, that's how it works now. You know? You there, Brandon? Brandon? I think we lost Brandon. Yeah, Brandon, you back? No. See, we had Brandon, but now we don't have him anymore. He left the stream. Now we gotta wait for him to come back. Brandon?
am I back? Am I
Yeah.
back?
What happened?
I don't know. No idea.
We gotta get you like a Chromebook or something, man. You know, something real cheap. use a real computer.
Mm, yeah. I mean, I got the computer at home. It's just, I live at home. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, she's like, how can I watch the stream? I'm like, oh shit. All right, we got to get no more, no more talk about my shit. You will not get me in trouble, Rob.
Mega Mario says, I mean, if you cut out the bun, you're basically just salad steak. He didn't even get no Flying Dutchman. Doesn't even have the salad. There's no tomato, no
That's
lettuce.
what I'm saying. No,
Yeah,
there was no tomato, no nut.
yeah,
I
yeah.
just, for some reason in my brain, I just didn't think it would. I would open a box and it would be two patties with some cheese on it, and that's it for $4. Like I just in my brain, I just couldn't fathom.
Like
It might,
maybe if you got a Flying Dutchman with some fries and you mix it together, that might be something. But it's whole patties, right?
yeah. It just was two
Yeah.
patties
All right.
and cheese. I
Just
had
get
to
the
ask,
burger.
I asked him, yeah, definitely next time. And I was just like, I asked the guy, I go, can I get whole grilled onions here? And he goes, oh yeah, no worries. And he brought me out a tray with some, but I was just like, the hell? So yeah.
Yeah, I follow like some real like high end doctor nutritionists, on Threads, dude. Like real people, and the science on glycemic indexing and everything's all wrong. Like all this stuff about carb counts and all this shit doesn't actually. And I've kind of proven it because I've had fucking watermelon and crepes every night for the last 2 years, and I've just been dropping weight. Like like it
Hmm.
it doesn't actually do the things you think. Even for diabetics, like all of it's just old ass obsolete data. So, and I've done every diet there is, man. I mean, yeah, I lost a lot of weight when I did low carb 10 years ago, and I did it for several years. But once COVID hit, we didn't have access to low carb, right? And so
Hmm.
then, like, the weight came right back, dude, within a year. So it's just not sustainable. At some point, you're going to hit something. So it's like, you need more carbs probably for the workout. So even then, with how you're working out, I just can't. The problem with you is snacking, Brandon. You snack at work. It's not the fucking bun. Like it's the goddamn snacking.
We just calling me out on everything tonight? Goddamn.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? It saves you trouble from eating a Flying Dutchman, which sounds eerily similar to a Dirty Sanchez. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, that's what I was hoping for, but
you know. I was like, where are they serving this sandwich?
right into my mouth, baby.
They're like, okay, meet us in the restroom in 30 minutes. And,
Don't
30
make direct
minutes.
eye
Yeah.
contact. Don't
Yeah.
look right at me. You turn
Do you want to
away.
use the hand dryer or no hand dryer? You're like, what does that mean? Like,
I know, right? I don't understand. Oh man, we gotta be careful. Remember one time Rob told someone on our stream that I would go on a date with him, a guy, which is fine. I mean, I'm not gay, but I have no qualm with it. But the guy really believed Rob, and he
yeah, you
continued to
really believe me.
DM me asking when we were gonna go on a
Ah, it was
date
so
and how
good.
all this. And
So
I was like,
good.
hey man,
Yeah.
I'm flattered, which I was,
Yeah.
but I'm
Yeah.
married, and maybe I
Yeah.
can hit him up. Maybe I can still get that free dinner.
That guy was
If you're
Matthew McConaughey. That's how you guys met.
right,
What if it was? I think you might have switched teams. I'm
yeah,
just saying.
right. I mean, for McConaughey, probably.
What if he started
'Cause-
doing the heart pound thing?
oh
Like,
hell yeah, hell yeah.
he's just like he got.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I have no inclination to be gay, which is fine. But if Matthew McConaughey wanted me, and I get to be the one guy on this planet Earth that made Matthew McConaughey go gay, I would do it. I would do it. I'd be like, yeah, ladies, eat your heart out. You couldn't have him because you couldn't have him, but I could. I could. That means I'm better than you. He wanted me, not you. He left his beautiful Brazilian wife for me.
Yeah, and McConaughey called that brief moment of his life the reign of Brandon.
All right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My girl's watching. She's like, you. She just texted me. You would do Matthew McConaughey for sure.
Yeah, we all know. We all know.
Yeah, she all knows. She knows.
Yeah.
I mean, he did have a nice conversation with me during
Brandon,
some
he's
gum.
like, "Hey man, you got to get your jerking numbers up, Brandon." You're like, "I thought that was a bit." He's serious. He's tracking how long I. It's very involved. He's like, "Hey man, you want to get a Flying Dutchman?"
Right.
I wonder if they got like a weird name for like let's just start inventing weird names for in and out combos. Like right,
Are they
like the
combos, or are they combos that could also be referred to something else? Like, where are we going there?
like the Niagara Falls, and that's like it's a milkshake with the meat and just ketchup or something. I don't know.
You say that, and someone's gonna be super
It's a
diabetic
milkshake
inside.
animal style is the Niagara Falls, right?
Right.
Right.
I was so let down. I just thought it would be something else. I was just like, oh yeah, it's gonna be like a. Somehow I just thought, because I looked at the pictures, I was like, oh, look at all those onions and meat. I'm like, all right, this could be a good burger. I could just go for like onions and meat, and I just hit the gym. But no, it was very disappointing. I think the cashier guy saw the disappointment in my face. He's like, everything good? I was like, yeah, man. I just thought there'd be whole grilled onions. And he goes, oh, you have to ask for those. And I'm like, I just looked at him like this is me asking right here. This is me looking at you, just a guy, just a boy, looking at a girl. I just wanted that. So he brought me over some,
Mhm.
so it was fine.
Mhm.
But like I said, we're going tubing on Saturday, so I got to be looking right, Rob. I even drank a bunch of water today. Can you believe that?
Your kidney stone appreciates you.
Right. Um. One thing funny about the girlfriend, she hates Mountain Dew, so she doesn't want me drinking Mountain Dew anymore. She's like because she says it's poison. She said Mountain Dew is poison, and she said even
Mhm.
if I died in a car accident, she would blame the Mountain Dew. She's like, I would blame the Mountain Dew. If anybody asks how you died, Mountain
Isn't
Dew.
it crazy how they don't make a Mountain Dew slushy?
They do. They do,
Though
bud.
they do
They do.
at the movie theater.
No, I just saw. Not that I've had one. I guess if she's listening.
Liars, liars.
No, I wish. No,
You. Uh-huh.
I would love one. I just saw that. So this person I follow on TikTok, he posts all the time when there's like new foods coming out of places, and he said, "Oh, coming soon to Taco Bell because their anniversary is a
Right.
Baja Blast
Mhm.
slushy." So I have not had it, but I'm holding out hope. So, but I mean, she is right. Mountain Dew is battery
That's what
acid.
they call the Carmen San Diego over at Taco Bell.
Oh
It's a
wow,
slushy with a refried bean with a 3 bean layer burrito.
Jesus.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
They fill the burrito. They take the beans out, but they put the slushy in the tortilla. That's a Carmen San Diego.
Somebody's gonna go to Taco Bell and be like, "No, man, I heard it from an influencer on YouTube.
Yeah,
I heard this shit."
an
Yeah,
influencer. I heard it from a
yeah,
45-year-old influencer on
yeah,
YouTube who
yeah.
draws dumb cartoons.
Funny pictures.
Yeah.
Funny pictures.
Where in the world is?
Don't get a DMC.
I didn't do it.
Okay.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
You can't get me.
So Mega Mario says Brandon's set to star in How to Gain a Guy in 10 Days. Bitch, I don't need 10 days. I don't need
He just
ten
needs to be on the
days.
podcast. I've gotten him a guy before on the
Yeah,
podcast. I literally got a guy to call him or DM him. Right, Brandon?
that's
That's how
true.
good I
You do.
am. I'm a little matchmaker.
Better watch it, Mario. I'll take you. I'm kind of bummed Kyle left and didn't even say anything. It's not like Kyle. So when you were at San Diego Comic Con, who's one artist or someone you ran into or talked to that you really enjoyed? Like who was
I
like
finally
somebody
got to
that's
meet Brett Bean, dude. I mean, we worked on Crash together and Spyro, and shit. And I never, well,
doesn't he live
Crash. He
in
wasn't on Spyro.
Venezuela?
No, he moved to Portugal, but they moved back to LA because his kids wanted to go to school with their friends and stuff. So
Ah,
once his kids
gotcha.
are graduated, he's going to move back to Portugal, Venezuela. Portugal's in Spain. I'm nuts.
Bro, I don't
So,
know. I don't know. I don't follow him enough to know his
yeah,
geolocation,
yeah. You
okay?
don't need to follow him to know where Portugal is on a map. All right,
But if I didn't know he's in Portugal, how would I even say that?
Venezuela. All the Nazis took a 12-hour trip south to Venezuela from Nuremberg.
Mhm. I have no idea where any of that is.
I know,
It just
I
still
know,
goes,
I know,
still goes over
Brandon.
my head. I'm like, yeah,
I
yeah,
know, and this is why we
exactly.
have to invest in public education, not defund it. All right,
uh,
so important. It's so
yeah.
important, Brandon.
Uh-huh. I'll tell
You,
you what.
the system failed you, Brandon. All right, believe me, I know.
So, anyways, Brett Bean, he's cool.
Oh, Brett's great. So I saw Brett. I saw Sean Galloway. I was finally able to chat with him. Sean's the crazy one because we're from San Diego, and we were specifically like in all the same circles when he was first starting out. It's just like I had the craziest work schedule, so anytime like he had like sleepovers at his pad like during Comic Con and shit, sketch
Right.
jams, and I never was able to go, you know, because I was like always working 80 hours a week between college and work. So like we used to go to these sketch jams up in LA and Van Nuys to Shane Glein's house. And like when I would go would be the one time he didn't go and vice versa.
Hmm.
So it was like 20 years of like always like just missing one another. So it was nice to actually say hello and talk for a bit.
Right.
And then we saw Colin Kaepernick and thought that was great until we found out a day
So
later
he
what
found
Colin
out,
Kaepernick was for.
yeah,
Yeah, we didn't know.
liked him as an activist. Don't like him as a wanting to get in the art
Entrepreneur.
industry.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a letdown. You would think someone who champions for so many people's rights would not be so tone deaf about
No, this is
taking
still
artists'
America,
rights.
dude. Capitalism's capitalism, bro.
Yeah. For those that
It's,
don't know, Kaepernick is very, very much pro AI, pro stealing our art. Even when artists were like, "Hey, man, that's
yeah,
you
he
know,
doesn't care. He's
no,
all
he
for it.
didn't."
Yeah.
Artists he approached to work on his AI programs were like, "No, that would be taken away from me and other artists." And he's like, "Oh, I don't care. So you don't want to do it? I'll move on to
I
something
hope
else."
his career tanks after that. And then they said that they're talking to him about coaching the Chargers. I'm like, perfect. That's the way to do it. Like you want to take someone's career, coach the Chargers. Always works.
Right.
I would love to wish the Chargers on Colin Kaepernick after his stupid move with AI. Who else? I don't know, man. I saw John Glapion, which was nice.
Uh-huh.
We were able to chat for a bit. He's doing some work, so crossover work over at Todd's place with some stuff I can't talk about. And so,
Ooh.
um, it was nice to shoot the shit with him for about 15, 20 minutes.
What happened over at? Didn't you have something interesting over at J. Scott Campbell's table?
No, I don't hang out with J. Scott Campbell,
No,
but
no, no.
he had a really cool booth. The booth was set up like, I mean, it looked like the world's greatest like artist booth if it were like in a mall. Like it was almost like it was really dope. But he had all this vertical like these pillars with his art
Uh-huh.
on the pillars, and I noticed on one of them that they had flipped the art, flipped it vertically or horizontally, flipped it horizontally, so his signature was backward. And I pointed it out, and people were like, "Oh no!" Like they didn't notice.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, you got to flip the signature back when you flip art."
Yeah.
Like I've done enough of it in T-shirts to know. So that was fun. I got to go there and clown that one. So a lovely booth. You didn't flip the art.
Right.
They were like, "We been what?" Like I was like, "Uh huh." So you know me. I'm always catching something. Those little details are how I kept my job in art departments. Brandon's been there. He's seen it. Like
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at it. We're like, "How do you draw to look at the page?" Like I was going. I did a 3 hour stream on his channel like a week ago for his 100th stream. Go watch that over at Steve Sanchez over on
Yeah. Good
his.
guy.
Yeah, good dude. And but the day before we're doing a screen test, and he's like, "Yeah, I want you to go through the book with me." I'm like, "Yeah, just tell me what page, I'll know." And he's like, "No, you get. I really don't have to look at it. I opened the book up to play along, but I was like, I know it's in the book. I know every stupid thing. Like none of it was randomly put in. So I keep track of it.
Hmm. It's funny. It would be it's perfect timing that my girlfriend would jump on the stream right when I was talking about banging Matthew McConaughey, and then she just texted me,
Uh huh.
you would do Matthew
See,
McConaughey for sure. I'm like,
hey,
thanks. And I told
someone's
her I
always
was,
watching. Brad, my dad taught me a good lesson. Someone's always watching me. This is before the internet, right? He
well,
had
I
the
told her
whole
I was
town rigged. So if I went anywhere, because he wasn't home all the time because of his
right.
security, he
Yeah.
was like, if you go anywhere, if you ever leave this house when I'm not here, I will find out. Everyone is watching. And he wasn't lying. So I tell you, don't say some shit if you think someone's gonna hear it.
Oh no, that's why I don't say anything about work or Tony Robbins. But her, I don't mind. Like I told her, she knows I was streaming, and she was just like, "Oh, how do I watch it?" And then before I went to send her the link. She's like, "Oh, I found it." And then she's like, right as I'm talking about Matthew McConaughey, and I just straight up told her, I was like, everyone would bang Matthew McConaughey, like everybody. So,
You're
oop.
What happened? What's that? Why did I disappear? All right, guys, I'm gonna have to switch services. This is not tenable. So we'll continue going tonight, but moving forward, I'll be switching. So we're gonna wait for Brandon to return. But this service does not work. It's glitchy. That was weird. Yeah, Brandon's saying that he's out. So hey guys, we did 90 minutes. It was good times. I'm gonna go ahead and call it quits here for tonight and get back to work. So it's pretty good times. I'm gonna look into maybe going back to the old service because I don't know. This can't be. This is ridiculous, right? It's ridiculous. But appreciate everyone hanging out. See what Brandon says. Don't know why I kicked him off. Crazy Storm website. Haboob, guess was in here. Nah, shitty service. I'll work on it. All right, everybody. I'm gonna head out. I'll see you all guys tomorrow. I'll probably stream for an hour in the day, but Fridays we're gonna see. Oh no, tomorrow I'm supposed to do a show with Steven. So how about this? Tomorrow from 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. MDT. So you're gonna have to do the conversion there, Mountain Daylight Time. I'm gonna stream on Steve Sanchez's channel. We're gonna do sketch versus sketchcraft. It's just gonna be us drawing. We're not gonna be like competing or anything. I just can come up with a better name. So I was gonna do Sketch X Sketchcraft, but I don't want to promote the letter X given Elon's fascist website. So it's sketch versus sketchcraft. 4 to 5:30, 6 o'clock, somewhere around there. Tomorrow. Tomorrow. So we will see you all there on the Steven Sanchez channel. Check me out there. And I'll get this all worked out. Thanks for hanging out. See y'all later. Peace.